Breaking news, you guys. Chanel is not just upping their prices all the time. Apparently, they're also upping the minimum spending quota that you need in order to gain access to certain perks. What are those perks? Ha! Find out now. First, subscribe to my channel, push the join button next to the subscription button, and become a member today. Gain access to extra perks. You can also join me on Patreon, superdacob, all spelled together there as well for extra perks. This video is being filmed live in front of a live virtual audience. I live stream several times a week. Join us in the live chats. You guys, thumb up this video and subscribe. So, an anonymous source has sent me information from the Purse Forum that somebody has been sharing information in the Purse Forum about what is going down with Chanel lately. Listen to this. I'm just paraphrasing here. And by the way, that person posted this in the Purse Forum at 11:11 a.m. IYKYK. You know, when something happens at 11:11, and you know the whole mythology behind the 11:11 number, wherever we see 11:11, there's a whole mythology behind it. So there's something important going on in this message if it was posted at 11:11 on the Purse Forum. Okay? Just wondering if anyone has any intel on status requirements to pre-reserve ready to wear. I have been told that to officially reserve or pre-order coveted pieces, it now requires a $150,000 minimum spend in the prior 12 months. However, I'm not sure if this is a company-wide policy or just individual boutiques. The comment goes longer, but this is the gist. You guys, can we talk for a second? I have my live chats here. Cosmic messages from the Purse Forum at 11:11 a.m. $150,000 US pre-spend in the last 12 months in order to be allowed to pre-order something at Chanel. And we're not talking pre-ordering the unicorn bags. We're talking pre-ordering the clothes. Like, we're talking pre-ordering the stuff that they should be technically really happy to sell. You know, not the coveted bags. No, we're talking, hey, I like that shirt on your, I like the shorts on your runway. I would like to pre-order them in my big size because I got, no, honey, you have not spent $150,000 with Chanel in the past 12 months, so we're not going to let you do this. Sorry, boo-boo. You have to be a big spender for us to treat you in any kind of way. Allegedly, and everything I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only, just my opinion, not rooted in any truths or any facts. Everything's alleged. But if this is true, I really have no words. I really don't know, Chanel. Like, what do they want? Like, it's like they're... If this is true, then they have literally activated the last level of elitism to a point where it's beyond in your face. You know, I mean, there's a certain elitism that goes with certain luxury brands. It's kind of part of this game of, like, you know, certain things are out of the reach of many people because they're expensive. Not necessarily because they're good, but because they're expensive. You know, that this is it's how the world ticks. Sick, but that's how it ticks. But to push it to a point where creating these clothes is not that difficult, you guys. It's not like they're offering us some amazing, incredible, advanced tailoring here that we've never seen before. These are mostly patterns that they're using all the time. It's always the same jacket cuts. It's always the same cardigans. This is not something that they have to invest a ton of research into. You know what I mean? These are not pieces that cost so much to make. Bottom line, let's be very honest here. But now you're turning it into this, you haven't spent $150,000 with us in the past 12 months. So these shorts you want to pre-order with, no, we don't want to make them for you. We don't want people like you to wear our stuff. Because you don't deserve it. You haven't spent enough to deserve to order shorts for $5,000, by the way, because the shorts, it's not like I'm thinking shorts because they're the cheapest. I'm thinking of what they have to offer. Their shorts cost a lot. Pants cost even more than upper because, less people buy them. They cost more to make because less are produced, but also I don't know. Anyway, shorts are really expensive. They cost almost the same as long pants. So it's like, really? You're not letting me pre-order something because I did not spend $150,000 plus in the past 12 months? I have no words. I don't know what to say. Debbie says, should be grandfathered for good customers. Nicole says, yes, Oli, allegedly. Oli says, oh, is it 50K minimum? Yeah, Oli, allegedly. $150,000 minimum in the last 12 months. In some boutiques and allegedly. Tina keeps repeating, I think they're selling the brand allegedly. Probably. Michael says it's giving elitist garbage. Nicole says Chanel needs to go off the air. Miss Jelly says this is something I would see in that show Succession. Heaven Blake says there are companies other than the Real that can source designer items. I'll stick with them. Raquel says since they're so elite, they need to bring quality back. Ooh. Louis says Chanel has become toxic. Amy Van Dyke says it's offensive. Seriously. Heaven Blake says, well, I guess I can't get the damn leg warmers now from the cruise collection 2023-2024. You might still get lucky and, go to a Chanel boutique on the day that the collection launches and still be lucky enough to get the leftovers that big spenders did not buy. Yeah, because this is how it feels to me now. We're getting to a point where we get the leftovers that the uber spending rich did not want. You're allowed to rummage through what the elites did not want to buy. You are allowed to go through what they did not want to buy. And you should be grateful that you are allowed to go through what they did not want to buy. And you should be grateful that you are allowed to spend full price on these products. $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 on pants, shorts, shirts, $6,000, $7,000. The leftovers of what the elites did not want to buy. The elites also get invited to the pre-sales and the sales. You don't because you didn't spend enough. And I think to myself, but if I spent $150,000 in the last 12 months, if I have that kind of money, I don't need your sales. I don't need to buy leftovers that have been, because Chanel sales are not sales at the end of the season. Chanel sales are 1 year later. So what does this mean? This means that at the end of summer of 2023, you will not get summer clothes and merch on sale of that year. No, you will get summer clothes and merch on sale from the year prior. So at the end of summer 2023, you will be able to buy summer 2022. So it's a year from a year back. You will be able to buy, but only if you're a big spender. Why does this big spender even want to buy stuff on sale? I wonder, because if I'm a big spender, I will buy that stuff when it's new. 1 year, I would have bought it 1 year ago at full price because I can afford it. I wouldn't wait 1 year poker playing up hoka playa. I'm not going to be up hoka playa if I'm that wealthy to wait a whole year in the hopes that that jacket is still there on sale in my size. If I have that kind of money, I'll buy it at full price. I'll buy it at full price. Let me check. What should I read this? There's this on the Purse forum. Somebody also says, just wondering if anyone has any intel on status requirements to pre-reserve ready-to-wear items. This is just 2 minutes ago. And somebody commented, at my boutique, pre-order privileges have been reserved for the top 20 clients in terms of spending since 23B. Since 2023B, somebody answered, allegedly, that in their boutique, pre-orders have been reserved to the top 20 clients that have been spending hundreds of thousands. And we're going to end this video on a very interesting turn of events that have happened to me. After I have seen the Cruise collection from Los Angeles, the Cruise collection 2023/2024, like I always do every season, I go on the Chanel website, I look at all the clothes and the pieces that I like the most. I send those looks to my sales associate and I ask her, because I need the biggest size. I always need size 50. I've been doing this for years. I send a couple of photos of the looks I like the most and I say, will these be made in a size 50? Do they run big or small? Because I know that Virginie VR likes to kind of tailor really underneath the armpit quite tight, and I need more space under the armpit. So, my sales associate knows we've been working together for over 10 years. And I say like, hey, I usually send 5 to 6 looks. And she then sends me back, the tailoring is too tight for you on this one. The tailoring on this one is good for you. And then she also sends me the prices and then I choose. I usually pick 1 or 2 pieces anyway, just something symbolic that I like that would fit me. I do this for every collection that I like. I liked the LA Cruise collection. I sent her 6 looks, I think 6 or 7 looks, of which I liked usually the shirts or the jacket or something. I got a message just a couple of hours ago, you guys. Now we've been working together for 10 years, right? So maybe my sales associate was just feeling like, ooh, I don't know how to tell Dacob that we cannot do pre-orders anymore. But so I got a note saying, hey, we don't have the prices yet and I'm leaving on holiday and I won't be back until 2 weeks from now. And by that time, the pre-order period will close. Sorry, can't help you this time. End of message. And I'm like, if you can't help me, then pass me on to one of your colleagues for this one order. Let me order with them. If you can't help me, please let me know who can. I wrote back to her. She never wrote back. Then I have this other conversation, and then this whole convo is happening on the Purse Forum just today. And I'm like connecting the dots. And I'm like, oh, wow. Okay, Chanel, if this is true, because I buy the biggest size. I'm a guy, I'm not a girl. So I need, their girl sizes in extra large are male sizes in medium. You know what I mean? Like the women size extra large is a male medium in French sizes. Just so that you get the picture. So I can't just wait for a collection to drop and go in and buy what they have. Why? Because boutiques usually don't order the biggest size, because they're scared they won't sell it. They order the medium, smaller sizes. And so if you're that petite size, it's easy for you to wait for a collection to drop. You go into the boutique and then you try it on and you buy it if you like it. But for a person like me who buys the biggest size, they don't have those in boutiques usually, and there's only a few boutiques that order the really big sizes, like, for example, 31 Rue Cambon. I'm like, really? Am I going to fly to Paris now just in the hopes to find a Barbie shirt from the Cruise collection? Hell no. What the hell? It's a shirt for freaking out loud. Like, you can't just, what are we talking about here? So, you can't make one shirt more in a size 50 for me, and I buy my pre-orders. The only time I did not buy a pre-order was when they messed up the cardigan jacket length last year. And even the boutique apologized to me and they said, Dacob, we're so sorry. There's something went terribly wrong with the knitting. I'm like, you think? Anyway, since then I pre-ordered other things and I bought all of them. So I thought that was solved. They sold that cardigan pretty soon. It's not like that they lost any money with that. But now this comes along and this is so sad. You know, and I'm not, listen, I know that some people are going to probably come into chats in the comment section under this video and say, this is because like you were critical at them. That's why they blocking. No, I'm not blocked, you guys. I can buy whatever I want. It's not about me having social media account. I'm a drop in an ocean for them. I don't have that reach. I don't have millions of people watching me or millions of subscribers. I'm not a TV station. Okay. A person of my size cannot damage them. Forget about it. I'm nobody to them. That's not the issue. The issue is the money. It's the spending. It seems as though they have really upped their elitism to a point where you can pre-order if you are that spender. And I still don't have proof. You know, my sales associate might really be on holiday and might just really be super stressed right now and might just really not have thought to kind of tell me to go to another sales associate to do it, you know, but I'm going to do my research. Cometh Monday, Tuesday, I'm going to go to several Chanel boutiques. I'm going to travel. I'm going to ask all of them. And I'm going to be like, so, my sales associate is on holiday. Can I pre-order with you? Let's see what they tell me. Let's see what they tell me. If you want to know more, if you want me to keep you posted on this development of a new Chanel drama, let me know in the comment section down below and I can make a follow-up video as well. If there's not enough interest, we can just leave it at that and we can just leave it at this and call it a day and say, well, thanks, Chanel, again, for making things even more impossible. Sweet Thing says, Chanel is off the rails. I mean, Shelby says, are they throwing shade? That is the straw that broke the camel's back. And Gloria, that's a great point. Why can't Chanel post their policies transparently? This is the thing. Chanel is notorious for being the most secretive of all the luxury brands. You know, they don't like to disclose their earnings. They do it only when they decide to do it. They pay an extra penalty to not disclose the earnings in some years, because you have to pay a penalty if you don't disclose it, allegedly. They do not disclose how their tier system works for their clients. Like, how can you jump a tier? How can you become, you know, how much do you have to spend to be this tier, that tier? Other brands tell you that. Dior, for example, you just go online and you see, they tell you very clearly, even with their beauty products, if you buy this much, you get so many points. You can collect your points. You can redeem your points to get this gift or that gift. Chanel never tells you anything about their freebies, their gifts, how they give them to you, how they don't give them to you. Nothing about the tier system. Nothing. Zero. Everything is super secretive. And now this, if this is true, that you got to spend at least $150K in the last 12 months in order to be allowed to pre-order, not even a bag, but to pre-order apparel? Girl. Then we're done. I really don't know. I know. It's like such an elitist thing. And then what? So your boutiques are going to, I know they're already opening the elite VIP boutiques that you can only access by invitation only. So I'm like, so your other boutiques for the masses are second class boutiques that are still super expensive? That are, what are they doing? But you see, the thing is, when they promote their new fashion show, and I'm like, okay, you want to be elitist? Fine, be elitist, you know. So you just showed your cruise, Los Angeles cruise fashion show 2023/2024. If you really want to be this elitist, don't show publicly the fashion show. Don't show it on your YouTube channel. Don't make it publicly available. Don't film it. Matter of fact, make it forbidden for people who come to your fashion show to film anything. Let them leave the phones at the entrance and you give them back the phones when the fashion show is done. Don't plaster all of Los Angeles with posters promoting your fashion show, like our Los Angeles Chanel fashion show. One night only. You're making the masses see that you are creating content, that you're creating fashion. Oh, really? By the way, you guys, the poster from the Purse Forum just mysteriously deleted their comment. A bit too late for that, darling. We already read it. So you're making everybody, all the masses that can't even afford to buy one of your lipsticks, you're making everybody in the city and across the globe see that you are doing a fashion show. So you want everybody to know. But then when people like me see it and like it and they say, oh, this is really nice. I would like to have this shirt. I would like to buy this shirt. Oh, no. Oh, honey, you can see, but you cannot touch. This is where we're done. You want to be that elitist? Don't show it to anybody. This is what I'm talking about, Chanel. You're playing double standards all the time, not being transparent. Their fine jewelry doesn't have an origin on them. How is that even legal? How is that even possible? Maybe one of the stamps indicates like which country the jewelry is made in. This I don't know, but it doesn't, like my platinum ring, my Chanel platinum ring, nowhere on the ring does it say where it's made. There's no like stamp that says made in France or made in Italy. Nowhere. Maybe one of these little weird insignia stamps designate the country of origin. That possible? I don't know. But my Hermes jewelry all states very clearly where it's made. The Champ d'Ancre bracelet has a very clear stamp on it, says made in France. So you're not even really transparent about where you source your products from, your raw materials from. You're not transparent about that. You're not transparent about who's allowed to pre-order, who's not. You're not transparent about the tiers of your clients, who gets what, who doesn't. You're not transparent about who gets a catalog, who doesn't get a catalog. When do you send a catalog out? When you don't send a catalog out? You're not very transparent how you treat your customers. Listen, let me tell you one thing, Chanel. I've seen what you've been doing during the lockdown and the pandemic when all the Asian and Middle Eastern travelers couldn't travel the world to shop and drop all that money in the local boutiques in America and in the local boutiques in Europe. You've been snobbing your local customers in Europe and America for the longest time before the pandemic, because the money was coming in from Asia and from the Middle East. But then all that stopped. Oh, honey, you don't want to know how nice my boutique was to me during the lockdown. When I was, the local client, because only locals could be buying during the lockdown. Oh, they were nice. They were kind. They were giving, honey. Now the lockdown is over. And I've been giving my hard-earned money, my savings to them during the lockdown because nobody was working. Nobody had a job. Everybody was messed up. But now the lockdown is over. The world is opening up. China is traveling again more and more. Not yet really, but more and more. Middle East as well. They don't need their local customers anymore. Yet again, we're back at that position where they're telling me, you can't pre-order. You're not invited to this event. You're not going to get the catalog this time. Really embarrassing. Chanel. Again, I don't know if this is true with this limit. I will be doing some digging with the minimum expenditure in the last 12 months before you're allowed to pre-order something. I will be doing digging, Chanel. I will be doing something. And yes, my channel might not have the reach, okay, to make it relevant enough for you. That does not mean that I will stop looking and digging for the truth. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think about the situation, and if you have any more news and info. Till next time, never forget to never give up on love. Subscribe, thumb up this video. Oh, and follow me on my Dacob CC Instagram account, all spelled together, dedicated to Chanel, because I am a fan of Coco's legacy after all. You can also follow me on superdacob backup, all spelled together, on Instagram as well. Okay, until next time, subscribe.